I don't know how to manage raising a child, raising a family, starting a business.
I don't feel like he's attracted to me. Like, we don't have sex ever.
I feel like sometimes I'm the only one who ever has to own my
You know what you have done to my marriage? I didn't sign up for this all over again just to go through it again. I'd rather be on Vanderpump Rules.
These former servers are trading in the nightlife of West Hollywood for life in the burbs of the Valley.
I feel so seen, and judging by that trailer, the more things change, the more things stay the same. Please welcome back to E! News our friends Kristen Doute, Jax Taylor, and Brittany Cartwright. All right, guys. Hi. Things were a little different when you filmed the show. A lot of news. You've all been in the headlines a lot. Jax, Brittany, get this out of the way. This is your first sit down since the news went of you guys splitting up. There have been so many rumors. I have read so much about you guys. It's a publicity stunt. There was infidelity. You wanted more kids and you didn't. I want to give you the platform here at E! News to say what you want to say about it and like dispel those rumors if they're untrue so that we can kind of put this to bed and leave you be in peace.
Okay. The truth is, I know Jax doesn't really want to talk about it much, but the truth is that we have just been fighting and not on the same page for a while now, and it was just becoming a negative space in our own house, and I just don't want that for my son. I don't want him growing up thinking it's normal to live like that. And Jax did not cheat on me, but we got into a very big fight, and I decided to pack up my stuff, and I've been staying in an Airbnb since January 24th.
So it was a while before you guys announced.
Yeah, it was a while before we announced. The only reason that I felt like I had to announce is because the Instagram sleuth literally realized that I was staying at a different house, and rumors started spinning, going crazy everywhere. Yeah. And where we are reality TV personalities, and we have a podcast, we share so much of our lives that it just felt like I needed to get ahead of it and let people know like this is real, and I'm doing it for my mental space, and I feel very strong with my decision to get out for a while.
Well, I would say that in therapy, I learned two things can be true at the same time. Yeah. You can love someone.
Oh, I love them.
And you can absolutely hate them at the same time. Yeah. Do you feel that's true, Jax? Or anything you want to say on this topic?
You know what? I don't really have much fight left in me. We're separated. We're trying to work it out. That's pretty much all I'm going to say on that.
And you have to do what's best.
I got to do what's best for my son. He's number one, and we can both agree on that. It's about just knowing that he's got two loving parents that love him to death, and he's going to have the best life possible, whether we are together or not.
Yeah.
Well, your co-stars, Jesse and Michelle, also announced their separation, and we saw what happened with Tom and Ariana over this past year. Kristen, did you ever think that like you and James would be like the last one standing?
Well, let's not get that twisted. Luke and I are the last ones. Maybe not the last ones, but Luke and I are going strong.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't have the number of years that some of these marriages have, and we're not married yet, but I'm excited for people to get to meet Luke. He's been in my life for close to 2 years now, and it's exciting to let people start, in on my real life and what's happening since it's been so many years since we've been on TV.
I'm so happy y'all are back on TV.
Yeah,
I needed the Valley. When they announced this, I was like, thank God my people are back.
You were missed.
And Jax, listen, they've never stopped talking about you on Vanderpump Rules.
That's right.
And we saw that on last week's episode of the show. Let's take a look at that.
Hey, look at Jax and Brittany. They got married and had a baby.
You did have sex with her?
Yes, it's true.
Rotten hell.
Make me the happiest man in the world and be my wife.
Yes! I could not believe that when they did.
There's still stories about him running around town.
Oh, I've heard. No, it's beyond.
How'd you feel watching that?
I expect Katie to be like that. That's who she is. She's a miserable human being. But, it is what it is. I kind of created a nasty past. I don't have a great resume, so I kind of have to deal with it.
Are we going to see a different Jax on the Valley, you think?
As far as, that kind of stuff, the infidelity and all that, that's past me. It's of course, you're going to see stuff play out between Brittany and I, and obviously not getting along. But, I mean, for the most part, I think you're going to see a really cool show, change, different neighborhood, different zip code, chain restaurants, neighborhoods, stuff that I'm more familiar with that we just really enjoy and makes me wish I would have moved to the Valley sooner.
The Valley's the bomb. That's where I
love
live.
the Valley.
I live here. Let's have some fun. I know how competitive reality TV can be. Jackson free. Jackson famously once said on Vanderpump Rules.
I'm the number one guy in this group.
He's the number one on, guys.
Yeah.
So we're going to see who from this threesome is truly the king or queen. Get ready for number one.
Let's do
Here
it.
we go.
All right. If you're the number one villain, raise your hand.
If you're the number one entrepreneur, raise your hand.
If you're the number one liar, raise your hand.
No hands.
No
it's you,
hands?
Courtney.
Me? It's me. Okay.
If
Raise
you're
your hand,
the
boy.
number one friend, raise your hand.
If you're the number one drama queen, raise your hand.
If you're the number one pot stirrer, raise your hand.
Yeah.
All right. If you're the number one scene stealer. Who's
Number
the
one what?
Scene stealer.
We all are.
I think we all got a little bit of that in us.
I love it. Well,
That's what makes us watch.
Yeah, exactly. I am so happy. Like I said, you guys are all back on TV. Thank you so much for being here. And The Valley premieres tomorrow night after Vanderpump Rules on our sister network Bravo and streams next day on Peacock.